Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Get ready because what I'm about to tell you is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing developments of the NFL season, and especially for the Giants. Rumors are swirling, and trust me, they're not just idle chatter. The Cleveland Browns, a team that's been trying to find its rhythm with their quarterback Deshaun Watson, are now reportedly eyeing a bold move that could dramatically alter the landscape of the NFC East. The Browns, currently sitting at a modest 3-4 record, have been struggling offensively, averaging just 28 points per game. That's nothing to write home about, and their attack has been somewhat stagnant, especially when you look at their passing game. Their offense, which was supposed to be revitalized with Watson, has yet to hit the stride many expected, partly due to the offensive line's struggles, allowing an average of 3-5 sacks per game and some costly turnovers that have hurt their chances. But here's where it gets really interesting. The Browns are reportedly preparing to make a trade that could send Jerry Jeudy, the talented wide receiver from the Denver Broncos, to the New York Giants. Now I know what you're thinking. Why would Cleveland trade away a promising receiver like Jeudy? Well, the situation with Jeudy is quite nuanced. At 26 years old, he's a smooth route runner standing 6'1" and weighing 193 pounds with a career PFF grade of 85.4. His production has been solid, and he's shown flashes of brilliance, especially in schemes that emphasize intermediate routes and yards after catch. In 2025, leading up to September 15, he had already caught 20 passes for 278 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaging nearly 14 yards per reception. His yards after catch hover around 5.4, and he's known for his ability to create separation, ranking in the top 10 for separation at 2.9 yards, and he's highly efficient against zone coverage, converting 87% of his targets. That's a huge plus for any offense looking to be more explosive. Now the Browns are contemplating this move partly because they want to free up cap space, especially after their recent extension of Watson, which pays him a hefty $40 million, including $12 million in 2026. The trade for Jeudy could free up around $10 million in cap relief, which they could then use to extend players like Nick Chubb, a key piece of their offense. Chubb, who's been a reliable rushing presence, is also up for an extension, and the Browns want to keep him happy and motivated. So the trade makes sense from a cap management perspective. But the question is, does it help Cleveland win now? The answer is complicated because Jeudy, while talented, has had some injury issues, like in Week 2 when a knee injury limited him to just 65% of snaps, though he did bounce back in Week 4 with 92 yards against the Packers. On the flip side, this potential trade could be a game-changer for the Giants. We all know that New York's offense has been inconsistent at times this season, especially after losing Slayton to a hamstring injury. That has left quarterback Daniel Jones without some of his most reliable targets, and it's shown in their offensive numbers. The addition of Jeudy, paired with the emerging Sterling Shepard, could create a duo that defenses will have a tough time containing. Jeudy's ability to generate separation and create YAC, yards after catch, could be exactly what the Giants need to elevate their passing game. In fact, Jeudy's stats against zone coverage with an 87% catch rate and his YAC of nearly 7.9 yards per reception recently show that he can be a real mismatch for defenses, and with his speed, running a 4.38 40-yard dash, he can stretch the field and open up opportunities for Hyatt, who's been showing flashes of brilliance with his speed. This move could also have a significant impact on the Giants' offensive efficiency. Currently, their yards per reception sit around 12.8 yards, but with Jeudy's addition, that number could see at least a 10% increase, pushing it closer to 14 yards per catch. That's a game changer, especially when you consider that it would open up more third-down opportunities. The Giants, who have struggled at times to sustain drives, could see their third-down conversion rate improve substantially. The numbers tell us that with Jeudy, they could gain an extra 17% in third-down efficiency, which is huge in terms of extending drives and controlling the clock. Now, let's talk about Judy's fit within Brian Daboll's offensive scheme, which emphasizes smart, efficient passing and creative RPOs, run-pass options. Judy has proven to thrive in schemes that require precise route running and quick decision-making. His ability to create separation and his YAC potential make him a perfect fit for the Giants' offensive philosophy. Moreover, this trade would give Daniel Jones yet another reliable target, which is critical as the Giants aim to improve their record and position themselves for a playoff push. Right now, the NFC East is tough, with teams like the Eagles and Cowboys playing at a high level, but if the Giants can add Judy and shore up their offense, they could be serious contenders. Looking at the bigger picture, some projections suggest that with this move, the Giants could see an increase of about 7 wins over the course of the season, potentially turning them into a wild-card contender. The odds for winning the Super Bowl are currently around plus 15-0, but with Judy's addition, some analysts believe those odds could improve to plus 7-0, making the Giants a more serious threat in the postseason. It's not just about individual stats, it's about the cumulative impact, the mismatches, and the confidence this kind of move builds within the team and fans alike. And let's not forget about the overall division implications. The Browns, with their current roster challenges, especially with injuries like Myles Garrett missing a couple of games and some concerns over their offensive line, could find themselves behind the curve if they lose Judy to the Giants. Cleveland's odds of making a deep playoff run are already slim, with some sportsbooks listing their chances at plus 13-0, which remain quite stable but unlikely to improve if they don't get their offense clicking. The Giants, on the other hand, are actively seeking ways to bolster their roster before the trade deadline, and adding a player like Judy would send a clear message that they're serious about competing this year. Now, focusing back on the Giants, it's clear that this potential trade isn't just about adding another receiver. It's about adding a precision piece that could elevate their entire offense, making them more dynamic and unpredictable. Sterling Shepard has been dependable, but Judy offers a different skill set, more explosive, more capable of creating big plays. When we look at their upcoming schedule with matchups against divisional rivals and key playoff contenders, having a weapon like Judy could be the difference in winning close games and securing that crucial playoff spot. From a historical perspective, the Giants have always valued smart, strategic moves at the deadline, and this one seems to fit that mold perfectly. They've been building a team that relies on smart decision-making, tough defense, and now with the potential addition of Judy, a more explosive offense that could surprise many. Brian Daboll's scheme has already shown how effective it can be, and adding a player like Judy could be the final piece in the puzzle to turn a good team into a great one. This trade, if it happens, will be remembered as one of the key moments of the season, especially if it helps the Giants make a deep playoff run. In conclusion, folks, we're on the verge of what could be a pivotal moment for the New York Giants and the entire NFC East. The Browns' bold move to trade Jerry Jeudy could give the Giants exactly what they need: more firepower, more precision, and a real shot at contending for the Super Bowl. It's a story that's still unfolding, but one thing is for sure. The Giants are making moves, and they aren't just aiming for mediocrity. They want to be competitive, they want to shock the league, and with Jeudy potentially in their lineup, the possibilities are truly exciting. Keep your eyes peeled because the trade deadline is approaching, and this could be the move that defines the Giants' season. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you believe adding Jeudy will elevate the team to another level? Are you excited about the possibilities, or do you think the Giants should focus elsewhere? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of this team. Remember, this is a community, and we grow stronger together by sharing our insights and passion. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and more inside scoops on the New York Giants. Stay tuned because this season is shaping up to be one of the most thrilling in recent memory, and with moves like this, we're just getting started. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Giants.